What if I told you that the world's greatest chess grandmasters have discovered a decision-making secret that goes far beyond the chessboard? A mental technique so powerful that it can transform how you make choices in business, relationships, and every important area of your life. By the end of this video, you'll understand the exact cognitive process that allows grandmasters to make brilliant decisions under extreme pressure. And more importantly, you'll learn how to apply this same technique to become a decision-making master in your own life. But first, hit that subscribe button, because what you're about to learn has been studied by psychologists for decades, and it's going to change how you think forever. Picture this: it's the World Chess Championship. Magnus Carlsen is staring at a board with 32 pieces and literally millions of possible moves. He has minutes to decide, millions of dollars on the line, and the pressure of the entire chess world watching. Yet somehow, he consistently finds the perfect move. How is this possible? Most people think grandmasters are just naturally gifted or have photographic memories. But recent research reveals something far more interesting. The secret isn't intelligence or memory. It's a specific way of thinking that anyone can learn. Here's what's fascinating. When scientists studied the brains of chess grandmasters using advanced imaging technology, they discovered something shocking. Grandmasters don't actually calculate more moves than amateur players. In fact, they often calculate fewer possibilities. So if they're not thinking harder or longer, what exactly are they doing differently? The answer lies in a cognitive technique that psychologists call pattern recognition, combined with systematic elimination. But there's a deeper principle at work here that applies to every decision you'll ever make. Let me show you exactly what happens in a grandmaster's mind. When they look at a chess position, they don't see individual pieces. They see patterns, relationships, and what chess players call the essence of the position. In less than 3 seconds, their brain has eliminated 90% of all possible moves. Here's the key. They're not trying to find the perfect move immediately. Instead, they're asking one critical question that most people never think to ask. What moves can I eliminate first? This is the opposite of how most people make decisions. When faced with choices, we try to identify the best option right away. We get overwhelmed by possibilities and often freeze or make impulsive choices. Grandmasters do the exact opposite. They start by systematically eliminating obviously bad choices. They ask, what are the moves that definitely don't work? What options would put me in immediate danger? What choices don't align with my overall strategy? By eliminating the clearly wrong options first, they're left with only a handful of genuinely good possibilities. Then, and only then, do they choose between these remaining high-quality options. Think about how different this is from typical decision-making. Most people stare at 10 options and try to rank them from best to worst. A grandmaster looks at 10 options, immediately eliminates 7 as clearly inferior, and then carefully evaluates the remaining 3. But here's where it gets really interesting for your life. This elimination-first approach works because it leverages a fundamental principle of human psychology. Our brains are actually much better at recognizing what's wrong than at identifying what's right. This makes evolutionary sense. For thousands of years, humans who could quickly identify and avoid danger survived. Those who spent too long trying to find the perfect solution often didn't live long enough to reproduce. So how do you apply this grandmaster technique to your real-world decisions? Let me give you the exact framework that world-class chess players use, adapted for everyday life. Step 1. Define the decision clearly. Just like grandmasters assess the current position before moving, you need to clearly understand what decision you're actually making. Most people make poor choices because they never clearly defined what they're choosing between. Step 2. Rapid elimination round. Before you try to find the best option, quickly eliminate the obviously wrong ones. Ask yourself, what choices would clearly move me away from my goals? What options have I tried before that didn't work? What would my future self definitely regret? Step 3. Deep analysis of remaining options. Now that you've narrowed down to 2 or 3 quality choices, this is where you invest your mental energy. Grandmasters call this calculation, and it's where they really think deeply about consequences and possibilities. Step 4. Trust your pattern recognition. After analysis, go with your gut feeling about the remaining options. Grandmasters rely heavily on intuition developed through experience. Your subconscious has processed far more information than your conscious mind realizes. Let me give you a real example of how this works outside of chess. Imagine you're choosing between job offers. Most people make spreadsheets comparing salary, benefits, commute times, and company culture, trying to rank everything simultaneously. A Grandmaster approach would be different. First, eliminate any offers that clearly don't align with your long-term career goals. Remove any companies with terrible reputations or toxic cultures. Cross out positions that would require relocating when you don't want to move. Suddenly, instead of agonizing over 7 job offers, you're choosing between 2 or 3 solid options. Now you can deeply analyze these remaining choices without decision fatigue clouding your judgment. Let's talk about the biggest mistake people make when trying to apply this technique. They think they need to become emotionless decision-making machines like they imagine grandmasters to be. But that's completely wrong. Great chess players are deeply emotional about the game. They feel excitement, frustration, joy, and disappointment. The difference is, they don't let these emotions drive their decision-making process during critical moments. They acknowledge their feelings, then engage their systematic thinking process. Emotion provides the motivation and passion, but logic guides the actual choice. This is crucial for your life decisions. Don't try to eliminate emotion. That's impossible and counterproductive. Instead, feel your emotions fully, then engage your rational elimination process when it's time to choose. Here's a practical exercise to start developing your Grandmaster decision-making skills. For the next week, every time you face a choice with more than 3 options, force yourself to eliminate at least half of them before you start deep analysis. Whether you're choosing what to watch on Netflix, where to go for dinner, or which project to tackle at work, practice rapid elimination first. You'll be amazed at how much clearer and faster your decision-making becomes. But remember, this skill develops over time. Grandmasters have made hundreds of thousands of chess decisions. They've built their pattern recognition through years of experience. Be patient with yourself as you develop this mental muscle. Start with smaller decisions to practice the technique, then gradually apply it to bigger life choices as you become more comfortable with the process. Here's your action step. Right now, think of one important decision you're currently facing. Write down all your options. Then, ruthlessly eliminate the ones that clearly don't serve your long-term interests. I guarantee you'll immediately feel more clarity about your choice. If this approach to decision-making opened your eyes to a new way of thinking, smash that like button and subscribe for more content that reveals the mental strategies of world-class performers. Drop a comment below telling me about a decision you're facing and which options you were able to eliminate using this Grandmaster technique. I do read every comment, and I'm curious to see how this changes your thinking. Remember, the goal isn't perfect decisions every time. The goal is consistently good decisions while avoiding major mistakes. Just like chess grandmasters, you win through steady, strategic thinking rather than hoping for brilliance in every moment. Master this elimination-first approach, and you'll find yourself making clearer, more confident decisions in every area of your life. The chessboard may be 64 squares, but the principles of Grandmaster thinking apply to the infinite game of life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.